and it's about when to quit and should I quit. All right, guys, thank you for being here. Special episode today. Today, I want to talk to you about something quite interesting. I have been posting an episode every Tuesday for the last, I think, probably around 3 months. So at least a dozen episodes every Tuesday, in a hope that I would revive this podcast that I really, really like dearly. And it's about when to quit and should I quit. Actually, my deepest fear about starting this podcast adventure altogether, which started, like, believe it or not, like almost 5 years ago, was that I know it sounds strange, but I really didn't want to be recognized, and I was definitely not looking for fame. You know, the famous 15 minutes of fame. I was actually looking to create a community and share with community. I really like to have deep discussions, etc., etc. So in these intellectual discussions, even with strangers, and I thought that podcasting would open my horizon that way, and I would be able to meet people that I would not normally meet, which happened. You know, I had some crazy guests, very, very interesting, that I probably would have never met, including Le Foutoir, which is another podcast that I started out of a crazy idea, hanging out with my friends. I'm not even a fan of football whatsoever. I barely know the rules, but I thought it was actually pretty cool, and it was successful, in my view, because I created a community of friends who became close friends now, and we hang out, and occasionally, of course, we do a podcast about football, which I know very little about. But the I guess the advantage of creating this podcast is already paid off, because I met great friends, and when our schedules allow it, we do podcasts, and we even sometimes play soccer together. So that's the main idea. But to be really honest, like I said, I have been doing episode every Tuesday. I try to really reassess and see what was going wrong, what I was doing wrong, and maybe work on a couple things. And I thought that, you know, clearly consistency would be the key element that I was missing. And last episode that I did, I had 20 views. Yeah, 20 views, not a lot by any stretch of imagination. I think I touched up about on it on the last episode. I don't know if you guys saw it. I mean, you guys cannot lie. Like, I know I see the numbers. I have access to the numbers. Very few people saw it. But on the last episode, I talked about how I was proud, and I still stand by this, proud and happy that these episodes are making even like 30, 40, 60 views. And I thought that the average was around 50 in the last episodes. But the last one that I had 20, and I thought that episode about whatever, the phobia of clowns, I still can't get this word, see? I thought it was good. I thought the thumbnails, I really made an effort with the thumbnails. I was more consistent, and I still face failure. Let's put it this way. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. 20 views is not much. I mean, I definitely appreciate all those people who clicked on it. But is it time to give up? Is it time to, in another one of our episodes, we talked about the Dunning and Kruger effect. And pretty much, roughly, it sums it up by the fact that some people are actually really bad and they think they are really good. And I'm always like wary about this, and I definitely don't want to, I would hate that to happen to me. So I'm always like, maybe I'm just not good. And I'm sure around you, you have that same feeling. people around you would say, "Oh my God, you're amazing, you're so great, etc., etc." And those people would like there was like that the cope out mechanism of like saying, "Oh, they are all haters. If they don't like us, it means they are haters." Some people don't like you because they don't like you. They don't like your style, they don't like your music, they don't like whatever art you're trying to produce, or they don't like your podcast. And they show it by not clicking. They show it by having 20 views on the podcast. And I'm really not mad at people for not liking it. I'm actually glad that honesty is shown after a while, because yeah, they can support you, but if they don't consume your content, then they cannot consistently click on it, etc., etc. So 20 views, it's time to make a decision here. To be honest, I had some suggestions that I considered, obviously, to start over, to scratch this podcast, say, okay, I love podcasting, I will do another one, but let's give up on this one and start fresh. And these are tough decisions to make, because I think really some people don't really give up. They don't quit really. Some people just don't quit. They just slowly lower their hands, fade out, and they say, I don't know what happened. Like they don't realize they are giving up. They're just slowly giving up. And they don't quit really. They don't say, okay, today I quit, I'm going to move on to do something else. They just slowly get less effort, and it shows, and then they drift away from their goals. And I don't want to do that. Go hard or go home. And to be really honest, my objective, and I'm being very sincere, is around 100 views. If I can get like 500, 600 views, like maybe in a year or two, or even 1,000 views, around 1,000 views, amazing. Very, very happy of having 1,000 people listening to what I have to blab about, which is really, really cool. I'm smiling just thinking about it. I still have 20 views though. So I have a long way to go. So the main idea is to have interesting content that people would want to watch, and not just your friends would watch it. Hey, I saw your thing. Hey, I clicked like on your thing. I like it. I appreciate the efforts. I appreciate the support. But I really want to engage with people who are genuinely interested by what I have to say. And hopefully they will share their opinion, and we can get conversations going. They can even come here, etc., etc. That's the main idea and the main goal. And I'm hoping that I will achieve this goal. Needless to say, I'm not quitting. I'm going to pivot a little bit, see what I'm doing wrong. I did a little bit of research. And apparently, it's the hook, the energy that is not what people expect. I need to capture your attention from the get-go. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Of course, something that I would not budge is it still needs to be me. I don't want to use any prompter. I don't want to over-prepare. Mostly what I prepare for my episodes, I just see something that is interesting that I would like to share with you guys. I keep thinking about it all week, and on Tuesday, boom, I start recording. So I have some pretty cool ideas that I really want to put in place and see what you guys think about it. I think they are fun for me, at least. And so like I said probably before in many episodes back, this episode is very selfish. I do it for me, and I'll let you in, hoping that you might enjoy it and you might enjoy my world. Hence the title, Another Day in Paradise, because I think this word is crazy. So I'm letting you in my world, hoping that you will find maybe humor or something interesting, or just like entertainment and company. So we'll do that. I will keep working. Hopefully keep posting an episode every Tuesday. I have a good one coming up. I mean, hopefully all of them are. And if I didn't think they were good, I would not post them. But I have one that is a little bit of a challenge that I want to try. I might have a special guest next time, or maybe the time after that. Pretty busy with work. But I really don't like to give advice and recommendations. But if I have to give you one, you know how people say, oh, I don't want to be rude, but, and then they're about to be rude. I use the same technique. So I don't like to give advice, but hey, I'll give you one anyways. Very tough to know where to give up and where to keep pushing. I don't like when people say, you have to do this, you have to do that, etc., because it depends on so many factors. So it's really up to you. I think many times, like I said, we slowly quit and we slowly give up without really realizing it. It's good to take a step back, take a breather, think about everything, and then make a decision. Quitting is not necessarily a bad decision. It really depends. Sometimes quitting is preserving your sanity, preserving your mental strength, your mental stability. So it really depends. I don't like to have one recommendation that works for all. Like, there is no one size fits all in these things. In my particular case, I think, I love it too much, and I really love it. But I think I would be ecstatic if I had the community that I really wanted, even like 60, 70 people that would really exchange with me, comment, and like participate in discussions, intellectual discussions. That's my main goal. And, if we can make a couple bucks out of it, no, just kidding. But yeah, I mean, definitely, I'm not going to spit on money, but it's, that's what I'm trying to achieve. And it's actually a fun experiment that I'm running on myself, trying to see if I can make it or not. Because worst case scenario, it's fine. It was a great adventure. But I think I will keep doing it even for 20 people. And another thing, sometimes people would send comments. Sometimes people would even call me or text me and say, hey, you haven't been posting an episode, etc., etc. What happened? We watch them. I listen to them all the time, etc., etc. You have no idea how good it feels to hear that. Yes, it's just a, small compliment that you say just on your way, but it really means a lot. To be really honest, I really appreciate the people who I feel like are genuinely entertained by what I have to say. And most of the times I have also Reda with me here. I'm sure he feels the same way. We feel really cool when you guys support us, especially if you genuinely appreciate what we have to offer. So yeah, there is a quote. I will leave you with this quote that I really like. This is going to be a very short episode, but I'll leave you with this quote, guys. And I really like it. It says, the sun will rise and we will try again. Yeah. So I'm not saying you should try again, but if it's worth it, take a breather, take a quick break, and go back and fight. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. This was a very short episode of Another Day in Paradise. I will edit it and post it tonight. See you guys later.